Hey, back with another review today. Today I've got what I'm calling the Holy Trinity of Simgot single DDs, and that includes the EA500, EA500LM and the EA1000, and actually here today to review and compare the EA500LM, which Simgot sent to me, and for a group review in this Australian audio review tour. They also supplied the EA1000, so yeah, I want to thank Simgot for sharing these units with us to review and to judge or compare with what has been one of my reference sets for the past year or so is the original EA500, which I have on a custom cable, and actually I have been using the Moondrop Cardo brass nozzles on the original EA500. Which I really love the way that the Cardo brass nozzles do to the sound signature of the EA500, and I've also actually used the Moondrop Cardo silver nozzles on the EA500LM. So if you have the original EA500 and you did get that Cardo nozzle set to try out on the original EA500, I'd recommend trying the silver and brass nozzles as well, with the Cardo nozzles with the EA500LM, because yeah, I personally like the silver nozzles on the EA500LM of the Cardo, that it just kind of gives it just a little more sparkle and a nice punchy kind of slightly warmer mid bass as well, and compared because you do get the good assortment of tuning nozzles as well with the EA500LM and a nice little case. But yeah, I tried the Cardo nozzles on them, and I really liked how the silver Cardo nozzles affected the signature. And anyway, I'll get on to my review and comparisons to the original EA500 and the EA1000. First of all, the EA500LM has a more pronounced sub bass than the original EA500, and it has a sparklier treble, which is kind of pushed a bit more forward. I think the original EA500, even with the Cardo nozzles that I have on them, has just a slightly smoother treble, maybe a little bit more rolled off. It doesn't quite have that extension that the LM does, and I actually kind of prefer the original treble on the what I call the OG EA500, and yeah, but yeah, that sub bass is pretty good. But I find the mids and the treble in general to be just a little thinner on the LM, and I find the EA500 and the EA1000 to be warmer and a little more engaging, actually. I find the EA500 is a little more intimate in its presentation, with vocals. The vocals feel a little more intimate, which I actually prefer on some tracks. Yeah, the EA500LM, it does feel a little wider, and the vocals feel a little more step back. And with the EA1000, I think out of all three, it's got the smoothest and most well-balanced tuning of all three. It's got the best quality and extension in the sub bass as well. It's got better resolution and better imaging. It's got pretty much better everything, and just the finer details are just a little cleaner on the EA1000, as you'd expect, being it's priced quite a bit more than the EA500s. And it also comes with a really nice box, storage pouch, the EA1000. This is the retail box, as a lot of people will probably already recognise, of the EA500LM. It's quite a nice retail box. It's kind of similar look on the inside to the original EA500. I did a lot of listening and comparing with my X-Duo XP2 Balanced, and I've also got at the moment the new Hidizs dongle S9 Pro Plus Martha, which has the same DAC chip as my as the topping DX3 Pro Plus. So it's got a very high-end kind of a DAC chip in it, and it's a really good, you get all the details seriously out of that little dongle. It's got a lot of power. Like, I barely have it on like 2 clicks on the volume, 2 to 3 clicks at most, with all any IEMs really. It's an absolute little beast of a dongle, and yeah, thanks also to Hidizs who sent the S9 Pro Plus and the MP145, which I'll review later in a different video. But yeah, I did have a listen to some tracks on the Martha, and it's a really good little dongle. Got a lot of power. Like, you could probably seriously power like most of your headphones off of that little thing. It's got tons of power for a tiny little dongle. It's, you know, I probably push the XP2 Balanced more on volume than I do on the S9 Pro Plus. Yeah, so and the resolution and the details you get from that dongle, and the DAC chip is very good quality. It's a DSD DAC chip, so you get that LDAC kind of like high resolution sound. So like, you get all the details. So like, and these are great IEMs to test those out as well, and vice versa. Like, but anyway, yeah. Getting back to the Simgots. Overall, I actually still kind of prefer my old EA500 as far as value is concerned, and the way that it's actually tuned. I kind of prefer the tuning over the EA500LM. It's warmer, and it's got a like I said, it's got a more intimate vocal presentation, but I actually quite like how the vocals come across on the original EA500, and although the vocals are still great on the LM, they're just a little bit thinner, and I think the kind of the gap between the sub bass and the mids, I think even though the original EA500 doesn't have that same bass extension, it's still got I think a more fun bass and a more engaging bass. But yeah, like the sub bass is pretty punchy and rumbly on the LM, and it kind of bridges a gap between the EA1000 and the original EA500, in where you get that nice sub bass that you want from the EA500, and you get a little bit of extra resolution, but it you kind of still lack a little bit of that kind of extra warmth that you got with the old EA500, which was a little warmer, and I think for me a little more engaging. But I mean, the differences are, you know, it kind of depends on what you personally looking for in an IM. If you want a more balanced signature with a more matured, a more high resolution detail with the cleanest microdynamics, you probably want to be looking for more along the lines of the EA1000. But if you want to step down a little bit and go for that the more sub bass and a bit sparklier treble, like if you like that kind of thing, which a lot of people do, they like that nice sub bass accompanied with some sparkly treble. I mean, I like it myself, but it sort of didn't really, for me, improve so much on the original EA500. It just kind of shifted where the bass signature kind of is, and it kind of compromised a little more on the mids for me. But you know, it's still they're all three of them are still all very, very good, very well tuned IEMs, and both the EA500s are great value, and it all depends on what you're looking for in the certain signature. You know, whether you're looking for a more balanced and warm signature, or whether you're looking for a bit more sub bass, is kind of where you're going to pick between the two EA500s. Or if you want to step it up a notch and go for a little more detail resolution and a bit more a better resolution overall in the bass, mids and treble, with a more balanced across the line kind of a signature, you'd be going for the EA1000. But anyway, yeah, like I said, all three are all brilliant IEMs and in their own right, and it all kind of depends on also your budget and what you personally want to get out of the experience of owning them. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say on the matter. They all bring their own thing to the table, and they are all a fantastic build. Like, they all have the same kind of level of build quality, and you do get a nicer cable with the EA1000, and you get that bit of extra kind of value in that higher price point as well. So I mean, pick your poison, as they say, and I think you can't really go wrong with any of them. Kind of judge more on what you personally want to get out of each of them, and I'd say pick it from there. And I'd say the original EA500 is still a brilliant IEM today. Like, it's still, I think it's still pretty relevant, and it's still a reference for me personally as well. I use it to base pretty much every IEM, at least the single dynamic drivers that I get into audition and review. I base that signature and how the original EA500 performs on those other drivers, and how they're tuned in comparison. And I kind of it's still a kind of a reference IEM in my personal collection, and like I still use it today to do comparisons with not just Simgot IEMs, but other single dynamics as well. Anyway, that's kind of all I've got to really say on it, and good luck picking one of the three, and I'll be back with the Hidizs reviews pretty soon. I'm still kind of working out the little notes and so forth on the Hidizs reviews, but I'll be doing them pretty soon, so stay tuned, guys. I'm out.